Good morning, children. Welcome to our next online class. Today I am going to start your next chapter, chapter 5, cyber ethics. Before starting this chapter, I want to tell you that after deducting 30% course, you have to study only 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 chapter. Only 5 chapter you have to study for your final exam, for board exam. After completing this chapter, I will give you again revision according to the board pattern how the question comes in the board exam. Okay, so let's start this chapter, cyber ethics. Now, what is cyber ethics? The word ethics refers to a set of moral principles by which a group or an individual should behave. Cyber ethics refers to the code of responsible behavior on the internet. We should all employ the basic rules of cyber ethics to be good cyber citizens. Cyber ethics began in some form in the 1940. It examines the impact of not only the internet or computing machine but also private computer, networks and interconnected communication technologies. So this is the definition of an cyber ethics. Now what is cyber ethics? Now here we have seen that ethics refers to the moral principle which groups and individual behaves. Okay. So cyber ethics is responsible for the what? Internet behavior. Now what is internet behavior? Means you are using internet, you are working in internet, you are using Google, Gmail, WhatsApp, everything you are using with the help of an internet. So when you will use internet, so there are so many virus and some files are like that corrupt your computers and your data can be you're giving data and inserting your data when you will use internet, or you will give information about you, your name. So most of the persons are using that information and that becomes a they are using that information and they are doing mischief work. So we have to protect our computer, our data when we will work with the help of an internet. We will use internet and we are working in with Gmail, or we are using Facebook. So should be privacy for everything, that no one can steal your password, no one can steal your data. Nowadays we are hearing a lot of things about this. So cyber ethics began for this. When it is began, this form in 1940, and what it examines the impact of not only the internet or computing machine, but also private computer networks also, and interconnected communication technology. So now with the help of this internet, we can easily communicate with our friends and families, and we can search so many things in internet. Now some common issues of cyber ethics. Now after when people are using cyber, when using internet and they are searching everything, now what the issues came? The issues are that cyber ethics include intellectual property rights, privacy concerns, and how the cyber worlds affect society. Now for example is given here. Let's just see this example. While it is easy to duplicate copyright digital content, we know this, we can copyright the content. According to cyber ethics, it is wrong to do. Means cyber ethics says that this is wrong. Don't copy any digital content, or don't make any duplicate for it. So without the author approval, means when it is wrong, when the author is not giving permission to you that you can make a copy of my data and you can use it, so that time it is wrong. If they are giving permission, then it is easy, there is no wrong in that. And while it may be possible to access someone's personal information, Okay, so if we will access personal informations of any other person, that is wrong. In personal information on a computer system. So cyber ethics would advise that such an action is unethical. Means if we are doing this type of work, means we are taking a password, user ID and password, if we are taking of any other person and you are seeing the personal data, so that is wrong. So this type is called unethical steps you are taking. So now cyber ethics in e-commerce. Now what is e-commerce? Let us see one by one. First is what? Privacy. Privacy is very important if you are working online. So privacy means the protection of the personal information given by a user. Means privacy was any person, your personal information should be secure. That should be not go to other person without your permission. So given information given by a user while carrying out some online transaction or activity. During an e-residential commerce transaction, like customers supply a lot of sensitive and personal information like credit card number, address, email address, password, purchase history, etc. So when we are using e-commerce means online transaction. Like if you are shopping something, if you are buying something, if you are filling your data somewhere, so you are giving a information to your feeling information means somewhere. So this type of information, like which type of information you are giving? Your name, your address, your contact number, your card number, your CV code, you are entering this all information and password also to purchase or to do something online. So these all are information is very important and you are not going to give to anyone. So you need privacy for this. Like it is in a merchant organization duty to ensure the safety of this data. So what this data, what you are entering, that should be safe. E-commerce sites must use HTTPS, Hypertext Transmission Control Protocol. Okay, HTTP full form is Hypertext Transmission Protocol /SS protocol to protect the privacy of the customer, especially the pages that collect sensitive information. Also an additional layer of protection like a web application firewall should protect the data. The user must ensure that the site is safe and secure because disclosing any information. Online seller must ensure that their e-commerce transaction does not result in data thief or security breaches. So this is a privacy one. E-commerce sites is what the protocol is protecting your data, means protecting the customer data, and they are working for the privacy of the customer, especially when the pages are collected any information. That type of data should be ensured. Also the layer of protection like a web application firewall should protect the data. So user must ensure that what the site should be safe and secure, and that should be not disclose your information to anyone. So what online seller is what, like must you are online seller, online purchaser, online seller sites also they are making a site, so then only you can buy online. So online seller must ensure what that e-commerce transaction do not result in data thief. So any what the transaction customer is doing online, so what online seller should keep this thing in mind that when our customer is purchase anything, then data should be not go somewhere else, that should be private. Any thief should not collect the data. So their security is most important in online transaction. So this chapter is completely based on the internet, e-commerce and security purpose. So rest we will see in next class. Thank you children.